all gas TV with a presentation of college football. Up next, you'll see a matchup between the Oregon Ducks and Loyola Ramblers. This matchup has a pretty interesting tale. It has a pretty well passing offense against a pretty well rushing offense. The two collide for an interesting matchup next. Autzen Stadium's here location for today's matchup between the number 23 ranked Oregon Ducks and the unranked Loyola-Chicago Ramblers. The Ramblers are the away team today, so they'll choose a coin toss here today, and it looks bad as they lost it already. That brings us good luck in the game today. We'll see you guys on their first offense possession. On Oregon's first offense possession, they went down the field and scored 3. What do we see here? First pass of the game is incomplete as Young dropped it. I guess you can be like, yeah, the defender was draped all over him. I can be like, yeah, you're right. Now bring up a 3rd and 6 after a 4-yard gain on second down, and that pass should have been picked off. Thomas Graham Jr. was a 1 there with a deflection. That'll bring up a new set of downs for us as we pick it up here on 2nd down and 11 after a 1-yard loss on first down. We'll hand it up the middle to Sharp, and Sharp will get about 12 yards here on first down, making up for that 1-yard loss. Started out 2nd down, not first, my bad. We pick it up here again, 1st and 10. We come out with 4 receivers, and we decide to hand it off to Sharp, and Sharp gets laid down pretty hard there. It'll be a 1-yard gain on play. He has 16 yards on 4 carries. 3rd and 6 coming up here after getting a 3-yard gain on 2nd down. We come out with a couple of receivers here. Miller will roll to his right here, and he will probably make a pretty poor decision there to throw it there. It'll bring up a 4th and 6 there. He should have thrown it away. If anything, that's what he pretty much did. Our defense has done its job pretty much stopping the Ducks, as their defense is doing a pretty good job here, forcing a turnover here. Pretty much went from a handoff straight to the hands of Springs. 10-0 here to start the second quarter. Mark that down in your books here. We stopped them, only to be down by 10 here a couple times. First down here to start off the second quarter, and Wade dropped a pass he could have caught off of deflection there. Bring up a 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 upcoming here. Miller will drop back here. He'll look to throw. He'll roll to his left, and he'll hit Wade here this time. He'll make a reception. Dane Wade, the freshman, for a 1st down. 2 for 6 to start the game, passing for Miller. Here we go in this loud stadium. We'll hand it off to Sharp, and Sharp will work up the middle for a 2-yard gain here. That will bring up a 3rd and 11. 3rd down and 11 coming up here. What do we have for the Ducks defense? Miller looks to throw. Miller will hit no one there besides Wade's hands. It'll be a 4th and 11 upcoming here. We stopped the Ducks again here on offense. We'll pick it up here 1st and 10, and we'll hit Wade across the middle. He crossed 35 down to about the 30-yard line. 1st down coming up here. Dan Wade has 2 out of the 4 complete 3. He's only complete 3 passes so far today. Troy Dye with the tackle there. 4:07 also remaining here in the second half, and we only have him with 10 points here. That brings us a new set of downs, 1st and 10 from about the 31-yard line. We come out with 4 receivers. Looking to throw, and we decide to throw it to our running back. We have 4 receivers out there, and we decide to check it down to our running back, which is probably a smarter choice, as we would probably force it into interception or something. 3rd down and 5 coming up here after a couple yard gain on 2nd down. Miller looks to throw. Miller will complete. 1st down. Marlon Berry with his first reception today for 8 yards. Note that down there. First reception. We're finally at 500. 50% completion here for Miller. Barry will complete the pass here. Sorry, Barry will make the... Barry... I forgot to get the kinks out early here. My bad. My job as an announcer, not getting him out. Barry with a 5-yard reception here, his second catch of the game. Brings up second down, and Miller misses pretty much 2 receivers. He could hit either one of them, but decides to miss them both. 3rd and 5 upcoming here, and Miller takes a snap. He'll look to throw. He'll hit Gordon here across the middle of the... across the left side of the field. He's not in the middle part of the field out anymore. Gordon will get his first reception of the day. Ray Gordon, he's 7-yard reception. Young is the technical tight end in motion when handed off to Sharp. Sharp will get about a 2-yard gain here. They'll bring up a 2nd down and goal as we're in the KSIH red zone if anyone really wanted to know. My bad. I forgot to mention that here, but right before we got into the actual KSIH red zone. They'll bring up a 2nd down and goal, and now it'll be MJ Sharp's rushing touchdown here. They'll finally put the Ramblers on board here at 2:04 remaining here in the second quarter play. Britton will try to make it here a 3-point game as he makes the extra point. Here's his first studio update of the game as well. Minnesota versus Ohio State in Minneapolis, a Big Ten opener for both teams. Both teams 2-0 and it's 4-point favorite to Ohio State. We pick it up here after the Ducks get a touchdown, and we're going to introduce a new feature here in today's game. And that is where we're going to go unedited. You'll see my play choices here for the last 2 minutes of the game whenever we're on offense. So it's going to be pretty much, you're going to see what my choices are during a 2-minute drill. 2nd and 10 upcoming here. 27 seconds remaining here, and then we a snap to Miller. Miller will look to throw, and he'll throw it down the right side of the field here, straight to the defender, Springs. Actually, that was not really straight to the defender. I was just trying to, be funny. What am I doing? Great job there by the defender, Springs, turning around the ball there. Just a poor place ball. 17-7 was the score at halftime. We take up here the first possession of the second half, with Miller looking to throw. Miller does have some speed, and he decides to tuck the ball in. He'll get a first down here across the 30 to about the 31 or 32-yard line for a 14-yard gain. First down on the play there. And another new feature I'd like to announce here is whenever I do go for it on 4th down, you'll see my choice before I go for it on 4th down, so you're not second-guessing yourself here. As that is an incomplete pass there, credit to deflection to Thomas Graham Jr. That'll be a 2nd down and 10 upcoming here for the Ramblers as Sharp is the man in motion. Snap to Sharp and completion to Barry. Barry is heating up here. That's his 3rd or 4th reception in the game today. 3rd one for 24 yards. Troy Dye is having himself a game here with 8 tackles so far. As we'll hand it off to Sharp, and Sharp will work his way for 5 yards. MJ Sharp today has 10 carries for 29 yards. It's really not his day today. And it usually looks like he's going to get, a 5-6 yard carry and then loses a yard or gets a no gain. As you see right there. This defense of the Ducks is no joke. It's a pretty good defense, my opinion. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. We're 2 for 5 on 3rd down today. We come out with 4 receivers, Young, Barry, and actually 3 receivers, 1 tight end. I forgot about our tight end 1 there. We'll snap it here to Miller, and Miller will look to throw. Miller will roll out to his right, and he will look to throw in between 3 defenders there. Oh, you got you, Amadi. If I completely butchered his name, I hope he doesn't watch this video, because I'll be offended. He'll be offended, not me. As you see there's our first new look at our feature here. You see I'm going for it on 4th down. You saw the play call. 2 new features added today as Miller looks to run backwards and loses 19 yards. Just nothing open there, and the defenders just look at him here. And Miller does get hurt on this play here as you see us come back here on offense with only 98 total yards compared to their 300 with Slade Fleming on the field. That is right, folks. Slade Fleming is now the quarterback. And his first pass of his career is picked off by no other than Dye. Slade Fleming leads the interception here. That is our 3rd turnover of the game today. And he'll complete his first pass here to Young as we're now down by 17. With 3:28 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. I like to note this, guys, here. that was an interesting point in the game. We first realized our quarterback's out of the game, and we throw an interception. Another completion to Gilbert Young here. His start of the game. He has 21 total yards. 2nd and 3 coming up here. And we'll watch Sharp get a handoff here. He crosses the 50 to about the 46-yard line and a 10-yard gain. 38 yards so far for him in the game. Again, I said it's not his day. 1st and 10 upcoming here, and play action. Fleming rolls to his right, and he'll complete it across the middle to Barry. Barry across the 10, to the 5, to the 1 for a touchdown. And the Ramblers, say we can score 2. Yeah, it's just not about you today, Ducks. We're coming out here trying to put up a fight. The point after attempt coming up here by Britton is going to be good. The Ramblers are now down by 10 again. As that looks to be Barry's first touchdown, or, grading him because he caught Fleming's first touchdown. We're now down again. More than... I actually don't know where I was going there. We're down by 13 now. Another point there. Down by 13. Not really running the ball. But the third quarter play is over. That means we have 7 minutes to try and mount a 13-point comeback. If you remember in last episode, we were down by 32, and we put up... Did we lose? We put up 20 points. Hand off to Sharp here, and he gets 1-yard gain. Again, going back there. What I was trying to say before that play happened is we have a chance here to mount a comeback. It'll bring up a 3rd down, and Fleming gets hit. 4th and 6 upcoming here. 3 for 5 for 64 yards since he's entered the game today. Here we go, that new feature I was talking about. Well, I'm going to show you my 4th down conversion attempt. We were 0 for 1 because we decided to run 19 yards backwards. 4th and 6 upcoming here, and it'll look to be the throw, and he fumbles the ball, and it's worse than a punt. 4th turnover of the game today. Slade Fleming rolls to his right. Didn't really feel like forcing the passer, so he decides to take the hit instead, and last time that happened, we lost our starting quarterback. We're now down by 20, and at this point in the game, I have pretty much lost hope. If you watch my play call, you can't really tell I'm lost hope. I'm telling you I lost hope. And our hope continues to sink here as we get an interception by Graham. And that's going to turn into a pick 6. That is our 5th turnover in the game, as the lead now becomes 27 for the Ducks. And you see there, Joe Miller had an elbow injury. He will be back as soon as he possibly can, which will be next week. So down by 27, we just had to play it smart here with our backup quarterback and Marlon Berry with the reception. He looks to be our go-to receiver with 5 receptions for 75 yards. If you want to take a look at Slade Fleming's stats, he was doing better than Joe Miller at his 7 pass mark. A questionable decision to go across the middle there to Wade, but he has to try to do something here down by 27 here. He just can't come in the game and be like, yeah, I can't do anything. Completion across the middle to Gordon, and now be a 1st down into Ducks territory. Ray Gordon doing some things for us today, 2 receptions for 29 yards. Now as our 10th 1st down in the game, just a couple behind the good old Ducks. Fleming will roll to his right here on 1st down and decide to tuck the ball and run. Fleming does have a tad bit of speed. When we did our intro video, I did not pay much attention to our backup quarterbacks. I was hoping I would not be in this situation. I don't actually know how good Fleming is. That throw there, you can see, was just a little bit off the mark, and you can tell he's not that good in my opinion. That's why he's a backup. And if we give him time to develop here, hopefully he'll become good. He made a great throw right there as he gets it over the defender's head to Wade's arms for a 1st down. His 3rd reception for 53 yards. We come out here 3 wide receivers and we'll look to throw. Fleming will get sacked and lose the ball there, but will be picked up by our center, Miller. That was a pickup by Peter Hamiller. 3:48 remaining in the game here, and it'll be a 2nd down and 21. Looking to throw, and we decide to throw into our offensive lineman here as no one was really open there. Great choice, in my opinion, to throw it there. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 21 coming up here, and they'll throw the ball deep down the field, and Wade will make an excellent play to put us into the Case IH red zone, where it can pretty much anything can happen for us. 1st and goal coming up here, and I like to say we're not sponsored by Case IH or anything. That's the only thing I can think that is red. The big red zone. I don't know. We'll change it up here probably in the future. I don't really know. This is a on-the-fly situation, as I wasn't really anywhere near this situation last week until this point. And there's a touchdown by Rick Gordon as I was going rambling on about our unsponsored red zone, and it results in a touchdown. Brighton will hit the extra point here as he's not Blair Walsh, missing a simple kick. Here's our studio update. Speaking about teams in Minnesota, Minnesota misses a chance to put Ohio State into the, oh my goodness, we have a loss category, as it looks like they really ran the ball here. Oregon took care of the last 3 minutes on the clock, and they can thank Justin Herbert. Herbert went 20 for 32, 20 out of 32 for 260, and ran the ball a couple of times here. He'll be your player of the game today, according to this ESPN sim, but we'll talk about my player of the game here in just a second. This game was a 20-point win for the Ducks, as they were the 23rd team in the country, and this was, an interesting point. I'll go ahead and talk about it here after we get into the stats. So let's get into the stats here, and the first thing we're going to see is obviously the passing stats. And today's game was a pretty much 500, stat-wise game for us. We threw the ball a total of 32 times between both quarterbacks, 8 of 14 for Fleming, 8 of 18 for Miller. If you combine those two, we have 16 completions for 32 attempts, 140 yards for Fleming, 79 for Miller before he got hurt. So if you can think we could add 140 to Miller, either way, could work. And we had a grand total of 219 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Running the ball wise, like I said multiple times in today's game, it was not our thing. We had a grand total of 30 yards on 22 attempts. That's a little bit less than a yard. It's a little bit more than a yard per carry. Today was pretty much a two-headed receiving attack, as we had most of our yards between our top 2 receivers, Wade and Barry. Cummings and McAfee did give up a sack today, and Maxwell looked to be like our leading tackler. And we finally get into the sack column with Gordon Seward. Again, it's a pretty interesting situation we have going on here in Loyola. Today's game really did have a bunch of up and downs in my opinion, so if you really want to take a look here. At one point in the game today, we were only down by 10. And that came here at the end of the first half. You really want to go back and look at the point where we were having some hope is when we were down by 10 at the end of the first half. Things then went downhill when we decided to go for on 4th down because we were down by 10. That's where we lost our starting quarterback to an elbow injury, which will be hopefully back for a season opening matchup against Purdue. And then things really went downhill when we decided to give the ball over a couple drives in a row. It happened with a fumble by, I believe, Fleming on a 4th down attempt, and then a pick 6 that allowed 14 easy points by the Ducks. So in reality, our mistakes led to our own really butt-kicking today. We gave up a lot of points that we shouldn't have. 14 points we should not have really given up. So if you really think about that, if we could have, done a little bit more with those drives, went down the field, or if we punted the ball, or if we didn't really lead off with an interception on a drive, we could have seen this game possibly a 34-21 finish, because I'm thinking if we didn't throw that pick 6, that's at least 1 touchdown taken away. We could have had 2, but we don't really know in this situation because we didn't punt the ball, and we don't really know. With that being said, we do have some bright sides here, and one thing it will be is that we do know who our leading receivers are going to be, and that happened to be Bearing and Wade today. 2 receivers that stepped up and helped out our quarterback who has really no experience on the field. Another bright side is we have an offensive line that can withhold. We cut our sacks down this week. We only had 3 or 4 total sacks given up, which is really good if you want to think about it. We go from giving up a massive amount of sacks one week to giving up half of them the next. If I really had to come up with a choice and choose a player of the game, we have to take a look at all aspects here. If you want to go ahead and give a first half player of the game, I would have to give it to all 11 defensive starters. They kept us within 10 at one point. If you want to really get down to nit and grit here on my actual player of the game, it had to be the quarterback who came in here and picked up our slack. The stats today for Miller were 8 of 14 for 140. He did have 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. In my opinion, Fleming is going to be a start. He can start a game for us, but he's not going to be an actual starter. He's a guy who can come in and do things we need him to do in this situation. Help us as much as he could. He did kind of, throw the game away from us here, and he did kind of leave a bad taste, in my opinion, here to start off his career. He did throw his first interception on his first pass of the game. One bright side is Joe Miller will be back for next week's game. Hopefully 100%. I won't classify that yet. We won't know until we actually get into next week's game. But this was a bunch of bright sides in my opinion. We held the 23rd ranked team to 17 points at half. We didn't lose by 30 like normal teams do when they come into the league or anything really happens to them. Well, that will be it for me today, as I recorded more than I should have, and I have to try to fill in the next 3 minutes because my editing skills aren't that well. We're going to figure this out at one point here with my editing skills, and I think the first thing we fixed here was the video quality. If you want to go ahead and, take a look at the video quality, that's one thing we fixed here going into episode number 3. Last week's episode was a huge, I don't know what happened. But again, I'm trying to fill 3 minutes, and my editing skills are going to get better and better, trust me. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. It was much of, if you hear that, oh, why this happened, why that happened, sarcastic tone in my voice, it's because I knew coming into today's game, it was going to be bad. I have no really other words to say besides I knew it was going to be bad. But if you did enjoy it, do leave a like on the video. You can also leave a dislike. I like to know your actual opinion on today's video. If you want to leave a dislike, go ahead and leave a dislike. It won't hurt me. It's YouTube. A dislike won't ruin my day. A like will make my day. I would appreciate that. But, like, dislike, that's up to you, whoever watching today. Also, comment down in the comment section. I give you my player of the game today, which was Slade Fleming. Who do you think your player of the game today? Could it be Barry? Could it be Wade? If you thought Sharp had an okay game, going against a pretty good defense. Also, don't forget to click the subscribe button. I'm not telling you not to. I'm telling you don't forget. We'll be coming out with episode number 4 here soon. You'll probably be seeing this episode here. I'm recording this on June 13th, 2018. You'll probably see this on June 14th of 2018. So expect this next video to be on the 19th or 20th of June of 2018 here. I had to add that 2018 part because, people can go back and watch this whenever they want. YouTube. But yeah, you should expect episode number 4 here. I should be playing it here within a couple of days, and it'll be an exciting one as we open up the Big Ten schedule here. Today's video really did help us figure out what we can do here in the Big Ten, as we were able to hold a 23rd ranked team in the country to 41 points. We could have an interesting battle. Our next video will be against Purdue. One last time, leave a like up on the video, leave a dislike. I'm not going to control you on that one. Comment down in the comment section who you think your player of the game is, how you think today's video went compared to last week. Also, if you really want to, subscribe to the channel. We're on a, constant grind here on like STV to become as good as we can be. And if that is, up to you guys on how good we can be. Because I believe in the fan, and I try my best to satisfy you guys. And you guys are number one priority when I record these videos. If I don't think something's good, I go back and do it. Well, that'll be it for me today. This will be All Gas TV signing off of a college football presentation. I'll see you guys in episode number 4. But have a great rest of your day, and peace.